Starfield just dropped a big update, so let's take a look at what exactly has changed in the game and see if it's any good. Hey everyone, I am Doodleman149, and today I'll be taking you on a guided journey through Starfield's latest update, which brings a very sought after feature along with some smaller quality of life improvements to tailor the game to your playstyle. Let's hop into this. The first and biggest change that was brought to us with this update was an improved and updated surface map for planets. Originally, when you'd either open your scanner and switch to the surface map, or you went to the map from your menu, you'd be met with a very bland, dark blue map that showed points of interest in the current area of the planet you were on. It didn't show topography or any other details, it was an all-digital view. Honestly, it was very boring and a bad design choice at launch. For example, in a city, it even struggled to show you how to reach a destination for a quest or where the shops were. It also made finding the Sidonia snow globe incredibly difficult. Now, with the newly updated surface maps, you not only get topographical features of the area and more detail for what you're looking at, but there are also map markers in cities for vendors and different points of interest. For example, when heading to Sidonia, you'll find there are map markers for places like the Broken Spear, UC Surplus Supply, and the Trade Authority. You can even fast travel straight to these shops for ease of sale. The next big change is in difficulty modifiers. One of the big complaints from launch was that vendors didn't have enough money to buy all the loot you'd acquire during your adventures. Well, now, if you so wished, you can make vendors have much more money available to buy all the loot you don't want. Be warned, however, doing so can cause you to earn less XP than usual. If you go to Settings, then Gameplay Settings, you can see a whole big list of options you can adjust to make your game easier or harder with corresponding XP bonuses or detriments depending on what you pick. Let's check them out. First thing you can edit is enemy combat damage. This affects how much damage you take from all enemies on the ground. Increasing this amount will also increase the amount of XP you gain by increments of 2%. Next, there's player damage, which is how much damage you deal to enemies. Opposite the last modifier, the less damage you do, the more XP you receive. The next two are exactly like the first two, but they are specifically for ship combat. They affect XP exactly the same. Next, we have weighted ammo, which is something that I really like. It was one of the best parts of New Vegas' hardcore mode, and I really like that it gives me bonus XP here when I turn it on. A whole 4% this time. Companion carry capacity is next, and it does exactly what you think it would. It lets you increase or decrease how much your companions can carry. Increasing this amount will decrease your earned experience. Cargo access distance is next, and while I know some people like to be able to access their ship from anywhere, I personally don't. However, it would be super useful if you find yourself out in the wild, over encumbered, and want to offload your stuff. Just be aware that there is an XP penalty for this. Next, you can increase or decrease the amount of vendor credits available. This, as I said before, was a major gripe of players early on, and I must admit I'm definitely going to increase their credit amount just a smidge, even if it decreases my earned XP just a little. After that, you could change how quickly meds work on you. Going back to New Vegas again, this is similar to how the stim pack was no longer instant health, but was instead healing over time. Here, since healing over time happens regardless, this just slows down the healing rate for extra XP. Food healing determines whether or not food heals you and for how much it heals you, so it's pretty basic. Sleep healing is very similar to food healing, but it has more nuances to it, such as a limit to where you can sleep to heal for boosted XP gains. Sustenance is another great thing from New Vegas because all this time and space, I never felt like I had to eat, drink, or sleep, and guess what? Now I do. You can too if you want boosted experience. You can also turn off or boost combat afflictions and how they improve over time, or if they even will at all. You can also determine how your afflictions get treated and if they can ever get fully cured or not. You can do the same thing for environmental damage as well. You can also adjust aim assist if you'd like. I haven't touched this at all, but maybe I'll play around with it to see how it feels. Since this isn't a competitive shooter, no matter what you set your aim assist at, it'll net you the same amount of experience. So for me, this is my current setting loadout. I wanted to both deal and take more damage from enemies, making fights a little more lethal. I may even bump this up in the future, but who knows. Ship combat for me remains the same. I added weighted ammo because I'm cool. I didn't change companion carry capacity. I restricted my ship inventory access to just while I'm inside the ship. I increased vendor credits just a little bit, I didn't go too extreme. I changed meds to heal more slowly. I didn't allow food to heal me at all. I made sleep healing locations limited because that's more realistic. I gave myself both the positive and negative effects of food and drink. I left all the combat affliction stuff the same, along with how I gain environmental damage, but I allowed myself for limited sleep locations to cure me of them. So basically take a nap in my ship to fully remove all damage from myself. And as I said before, I didn't touch aim assist. All in all, these modifications will have me earning a hearty 22% more experience, so that level grind will be less tedious. Another neat feature, something that I have personally wanted for a very long time, is the ability to decorate your ship just as you would an outpost. Now you can build and move furniture around your ship as you see fit, and this, for me, is going to make Outpost even less attractive. Next, we have a small change, but it is one that I liked, and it's when you go through the Unity, something I decided to do just for this update, you're now given the opportunity to change how your character looks as well as their traits. While you could always hop on over to the nearest Enhance to change how you looked, changing your traits wasn't ever really an option. Now, if you want to do that, simply head through the Unity again and do it with your current character. The last two changes here are minor for me, but I can definitely see why a lot of people would be clamoring for them. You can change how conversations appear in-game. Specifically, you can either keep the current Fallout-style speech mode, where the camera zooms in on the person's face while you speak and the world around you flows as normal. Or you can switch to a Skyrim style of speech, where the camera remains zoomed out and there's a less jarring, jolting zoom just for a conversation. I've yet to try the Skyrim mode, but I remember liking how natural the speech in that game felt, so I may give it a go here as well. On top of that, Xbox Series X users, of which I am not, have the opportunity to change their graphics mode. For frames per second, they can choose between 30, 40, 60, or uncapped frames to help the game look smoother. You can also choose to prioritize visuals or performance and can toggle VSync on or off. If you're on the Series S like me, then this last change is meaningless. There are of course a myriad of bug fixes that I won't go into because I don't want to waste your time. However, if you want to read the comprehensive list without your illustrious host showcasing the changes for you, then I will link the full patch notes in the description of this video. And so that's all today, Explorers, a walkthrough of the latest update to hit Starfield. Was there anything I missed? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you're all enjoying the game so far, and I hope it is everything you wanted it to be. So with that, be sure to keep an eye out for my future Starfield content and like and subscribe for more. I've been your guide, Doodleman149, and I'll see you again, sometime, somewhere, amongst the stars.